Grammy Award-winning trumpeter Chris Botti is heading to Denver this weekend, and you still got time to buy those tickets to his show at the Paramount. Well, I was lucky enough to chat with Chris on how excited he is to come back to Denver. Take a listen.
Well, everyone knows I love music, anything to do with music, and today we have a wonderful, of course, world-famous trumpeter and composer, Chris Botti. Chris, how are you?
Very well. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Well, we are excited here in Denver because you are coming to the Mile High City and performing at the Paramount this Sunday. Are you excited to be here?
I'm always excited to come back to Denver. We've played there so many times and the audiences are fantastic. I've had so many great memories of performing in that city for big sporting events and at Red Rocks and at the Paramount and, you know, so many different places with the orchestra there. And so it's always a thrill and people are great and we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely, and we're looking forward to having you. Now, Chris, tell us about what happens when you take that stage. Now, for someone who may be coming out to a Chris Botti show for the first time.
Well, I suppose more than anything, over the last 20 years, I've crafted this situation where people come to rely on me taste-making kind of an all-star band. So, you know, if you go see U2, you kind of like picture in the back of your mind that, you know, it's going to be the four Irish guys and they're going to play their hits. But my show is quite different. Like people that have seen multiple shows, and many of them say always like, you know, they come to see the best group of musicians. And so, you know, we just kind of like, it's very free flowing. And we have like 3 special guests singing and a world-class violinist. And at the end of it, if someone's never seen me before, they always go, boy, I had no idea what to expect. I thought it would just be a guy with a trumpet. And it turned out to be this whole weave of a show going between classical music and, of course, jazz and pop music as well. And so, and then it, you know, it snowballs into this thing that became our way in with an audience, our kind of hit, so to speak. And I've been proud to like expose people in the country and throughout the world to young and up and coming musician stars. And we have a bunch of them in the group right now. And again, we're looking forward to coming back to Denver.
You are one of those celebrated musicians that everyone or so many people just know about because you're that good. Now, with that said, Grammys, albums, Chris, where did it all start for you?
Like so many people, whether you're into sports or I guess being a movie star or something like that, you turn on the television. And I turned on the television when I was 3rd grade and I saw the legend Doc Severinsen hosting the Tonight Show band with all of his charisma and his incredible trumpet playing. And yeah, and that's kind of what got the spark started for me. And then later I had a great music director that introduced me to the music of Miles Davis. And that's what kind of switched it from being this kind of, wow, that's cool, to this is an emotional connection and something that I wanted to explore. Very, very committed to it from, you know, 5th grade on. I mean, I basically, you know, my life isn't, I mean, it's different, but, you know, I've just been practicing every day since then with no plan B.
And you are a busy performer. I see you are pretty much booked every day to every other day. I even saw you will be in New York at the Blue Note, one of my favorite places. Oh, yeah. That is so much fun. Okay, well, I know you've got a new album out, and I really want to touch on that while I have you here. What's that going to be like? And for those of us that can't wait to hear it, what was it like in the process?
Well, I think probably the real standout feature of this album is it is my first work, even though I've worked with him in so many different situations, but like having him take the reins and produce, having David Foster, the great David Foster, produce the album. And we've had such a close friendship for so many years. And to have someone who comes from a real pop background do a real jazz record. And it was interesting to see all these world-class musicians, how different they play when they see that David is kind of analyzing and deciding which take is good and that sort of thing. It was very, very special kind of to see those, because sometimes jazz musicians come in, they think they know everything and they just play too much, you know? But with David sitting at the helm, there was like mad respect. And this is my first record for Blue Note Records also. And Don was fantastic in getting on board with this. And so I couldn't be any more thrilled.
This is certainly one show you do not want to miss. Chris, thank you so much for your time today. It was an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you for having me, and you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in Denver on Sunday.
Get your tickets right now to Chris Botti at the Paramount Theater. He's only here Sunday the 22nd, so make sure to head online to ParamountDenver.com to secure your tickets right now.